name is Christopher Smith, and I'm going to be talking about what happened to my son Alex.
And how old is Alex now?
Alex is 10 now.
Okay.
And he had an adverse reaction to the polio vaccine when he was 18 months.
So how was he before that?
He was perfect before that. He was born with absolutely no health concerns at all. Walked early, talked early. My wife is Polish. He was bilingual, Polish and English. 2-3 word sentences. We have some videos from that time when he's speaking. Just this beautiful, happy, wonderful little guy. And when he received the polio vaccine, either right around 18 months, maybe a little bit before, he completely changed. Very shortly after he received the vaccine, very similar to what a lot of people describe, he started running a very high fever. He started screaming in a very high-pitched voice. He stopped speaking and didn't say another word, another sound for 6 months. And he was glued to my wife's leg like a pair of stockings. He wouldn't leave her side even to let her go to the bathroom by herself. Like, he was so terrified, it appeared, by what was happening to him, that he was just glued to her. And we did not put 2 and 2 together at the time. Took about 6 months for us to finally receive a definitive autism diagnosis from the early intervention people. And only sometime later did we begin to think that perhaps it had been the vaccine. Now, the fever and the screaming and the change in behavior happened quite soon after the vaccines. We went back to the pediatrician and we mentioned, this has happened. We think it might be related to the vaccine. And just like you said, the pediatrician immediately was like, couldn't have been the vaccine, wasn't the vaccine. And didn't really have any explanation for it. We even asked about filing an adverse action report. She refused and said, nope, not going to do it. Couldn't have been that. Moved right along. And so that began our journey of, learning about autism and trying to help our son. Now, I should add that we have an older daughter who's Amanda, and she is 12 now. And we had even seen with her starting to have some reactions to the vaccines. Like, we were always on the delayed schedule. We were always skeptical, slowing down, but we still participated in the process. And we had seen with Amanda that every time she got vaccinated, her reactions were getting a little bit worse. So I don't know exactly how old she was. It might have been around the same age, 15 months. And she got Tdap and Hib at one time during one visit. She had never thrown up to that entire point of her life, never vomited. And after she received those 2 vaccines, she threw up almost continuously for about the next 14 hours, like a really huge change. And again, we went back to the pediatrician, explained what had happened, and said, this literally occurred right after she was vaccinated. And again, the same story. Couldn't have been the vaccine. She must have picked up a bug when she was in the office. Child never...
Do you 2 vaccinate still?
No.
So you wouldn't vaccinate yourselves or your children?
No. We stopped with Amanda when she had that reaction, but it wasn't enough for us to not vaccinate Alex.
Did she get the HPV, or have you
No,
Thank God.
Absolutely not.
That's good. I'm so pleased to hear that.
Yeah.
What do you do? What profession are you?
I work in banking.
So you're bank, and your wife?
She stays at home with the kids and homeschools and raises them.
Good for her.
Yeah.
So before all of this, you didn't. What were you? What was your stance on vaccines?
I didn't really have one. I mean, I know that I was vaccinated much less than my kids are. I'm in my 40s, so I didn't get anywhere near the number that they are now. And I think I had probably a little bit of skepticism about it, but of course you want to believe that your doctor is telling you the truth.
Sure, of course.
You want to believe when they tell you that vaccines are safe, and we were naive even after.
But as somebody on Periscope said earlier, and another thing, and they're quite right, is we are brought up to obey.
It's true.
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
You know, I come from a family on my father's side, military, and his children should be seen and not heard.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the rule in the house.
Yeah, and that's how I was raised too.
And that, you know, and Dale was raised completely opposite. You know, tree hugging, fun loving stuff, with no discipline whatsoever, from what I can see. But he questions things, and his kids are healthy because he questions things. And
Right.
I kick myself for being brainwashed at school, being brainwashed by the naval family, and brainwashed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I could do it all again, hey? Thank you. All right, let's hear your story.